Easy, অনেক easy. Oh, later pool.
You might bump on the right, so just prepare yourselves.
Okay. We have the similar type of similar type of wide. Any other? No,
One
same.
more time.
Huh?
Are there any more
No, no.
rapids up further
Oh,
down?
nope, that's
No,
it.
that's it. Oh.
That's
That's-
disappointing.
So right now we're in the Whirlpool Basin. Today the water level is pretty low, pretty calm. In a high water day, this can be an extremely dangerous area for our boats. The water comes flying through the rapids, smacks off the back wall. It starts a whirlpool here. There's a pretty deep funnel at times when the water's high. It could suck this boat right down into it without any problem. So you always have to be very careful on the really high water days that nothing like that happens. If you look up top, you can see some trees that have been deposited along the ledge behind us. That's when that whirlpool gets real high. Those trees are up there floating and it's spinning around. When the water level drops, and they get left behind on top of the shell.
So which days the water level goes high? In which days?
If there's storms, the other thing that can mess with the water level is in the winter if there's an ice jam.
Oh, okay.
Ice jams definitely can cause a massive flood because it just blocks all the water up for a while, and then all of a sudden that ice just breaks and everything comes flying down behind it.
Is it open for all through the year, or it's closed for winter?
We open May 19th and we'll close sometime late August.
Oh, August. Okay, May to August.
In the river, the water under the surface of the river will always be flowing. You might bump off the left here a little bit. But
Okay. No problem.
yeah, the water underneath is always flowing. But on top, the surface can be kind of frozen, you know what I mean? That's how those ice jams happen. If you guys look up, you can see some trees a little further ahead that are growing straight down at the water. Kind of looks almost like they're just falling off the cliff. But in fact, they're actually growing down toward the water on purpose. It's due to the process of phototropism, so that right wall, it's got some sun on it now. That's about all it's going to get for the day, maybe an hour or two. So those trees try to grow towards the best source of light for them, which is simply the water, or the light that's bouncing off of the water. So it just goes straight down to the ground. Now the other interesting fact about this right side wall is that later you can start to see them coming in some of those bigger cracks.
Yeah.
Those spider webs right there. So this right side wall will be completely covered in spider webs later in the summer when it's like really hot and humid out. And those are from the wolf spider. So those guys will grow to be about the size of the palm of your hand. They're covered in this brown and white fur that makes them pretty unsightly and a little bit intimidating. But you know, they're not poisonous or anything, but they do bite real hard. So you always got to watch yourself when dealing with them. You know, some of the guides will tell you that they can jump 10 feet and they love the color blue. But in my time here, I haven't seen anything to make me think that's true, thankfully.
How deep is this here?
This right here is probably not terribly deep. It's probably around 30 feet.
30 feet, okay. Did anyone swim across this anytime?
Only if you fall out of the boat.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we can't do swimming here.
Yeah.
Later in the summer, actually it might start next week or the week after.
Oh.
We'll do some tubing.
Tubing?
So,
What's tubing?
yeah, you just hop in a tube and go down the river that way on your own instead of in the boat.
Okay.
You just got to skip the rapids.
Okay.
People can't go down the rapids on the tubes, unfortunately, so you just hop out and run along the left. Sometimes in these cracks, you'll see this little weasel running around, but he's pretty elusive, so.
These are all marbles, right? Pink marble. Like marble, right?
The rock, it's sandstone. So yeah, much softer than marble. There's a big old triangle in the rock over there. Underneath that brown pavilion, that's a fault line. It runs from Montreal down to Washington, D.C. It's responsible for some earthquakes we've had in the area. The last one of any significance was a long time ago, back in like 2003, about a 5.2 hit, which is nothing major. You know, we've had some in the low 2s since then, but it's sort of stuff that you might not even really feel unless you're paying attention to it.
Photo moment.
Now if you look up, you can see a cable running from one side of the river to the other. That's a Tyrolean traverse. So it's part of our rappel course. If you guys look up on the right, there's a couple mats hanging out over the top. Oh, there goes a fish right there. But that's the rappel course. So you would rappel down off of the side of that rock, hook up to this cable up here, and then use your upper body strength to pull you from one side to the other. Oh man. Water level is low.
Very low, huh?
Yeah, so you pull yourself from one side to the other, using your upper body strength. You just go across that cable, then you come over to this wall, and then you rappel down this side as well.
Okay. Is automated camera down there or something?
Sorry?
This automated camera, like it takes
Yeah,
picture.
I think he's got a motion sensor on it. So you guys have any interest in picking up one of those pictures, you can go up to the first bus stop that you run into when you go up the stairs. And that guy will be hanging out there. I'm not sure how much they are.
I could have taken my with me. It's not interesting.
তুমি রাখতেই পারতে ওটা
ওই জায়গাটা একটু চাপ ছিল চ্যাক পয়েন্ট
এই না জল তো উপরে আসছে
That branch of the river directly out ahead of us is relatively new. It only came to be back in 2011. It was a small little stream up until then. Hurricane Irene, when all that floodwater came through the chasm, pushed everything out of its way. Trees, rocks, dirt. And created a whole new branch of the river for us. So it used to just make this hard right here.
So wait, which month that flood came? January, which month?
See, I thought Irene came through in like late August one year,
Late August.
but somebody corrected me and said it was October. But I swear that I thought I moved up here the day before it came through, and that's when I moved up here. So I don't know, maybe I have a false memory.
Yeah, some small fishes.
Yeah, these are the types of areas where you really see the fish.
Because I was wondering that it was during that ice melted, right? And it was
With Irene?
that caused us.
Yeah, that was Irene was just straight up
Oh.
rainwater flooding,
Rainwater.
not anything to do with an ice jam.
Oh,
What happened during the polar vortex?
Sorry?
না
During the polar vortex? The time when Niagara froze, was like a few years back, right?
I'm not sure.
did it freeze? It is frozen anytime?
Yeah, no one told me about anything around that time period of significance. I'm not sure.
Oh, no one is coming into the winter season here, right? How it is? How it
I mean, you
looks?
could take like a snowshoe tour, do that sort of stuff. Like we transfer to like winter activities and stuff. But you know, if you guys took the inner sanctum trail to get down to the the Table Rock at the start point, that's like a sheet of ice covered in snow. You could never, you'd have to like ice climb it. You know what I mean? Like you can't walk it. We're pulling into the end. You guys just sit tight. Once the boat comes to a stop, I'll hop out, pull it up, and everybody can exit.
Okay.